Okay, so what's the number one reason? The number one reason is we should have better health. And here are just some of the benefits of a healthy diet. Okay, it lowers your risk of cancer. Do you know that they've proven that? Because when you're overweight, it's inflammation. We think it's belly fat or the, arm, whatever. Like I was a peach. I had all my weight up here. Yeah, but that is causing inflammation. Inflammation is arthritis, cancer, heart disease, you name it. So it'll lower your risk of cancer. It lowers your risk of type 2 diabetes, and it helps you manage it better. So whether you're, you have type 2 diabetes or you have it, but one thing you can really do is if you have diabetes, I don't know if anybody does on the call, but if you do, your diet really can control it. Yeah, you do some more. Yeah, okay. And also, this is the big one. The biggest one out of all of them, I mean, they're all important, don't get me wrong, but this one, it significantly decreases the risk of heart disease and stroke. So significantly drops that. So that is a big one, because I know I've said this to you before, all the cancers put together do not come to how many people die of strokes or heart disease. They're one and the same. So that's a biggie one. It also, this is interesting, it strengthens your bones and your teeth. So a lot of times, do you realize they say the number one health risk of dying? Anybody got an idea what that is other than heart disease? It's actually falling and breaking a hip or something like that. And so you lose your balance. So I'm going to show you one thing that will help your balance today. I'll talk about it, but in other calls we'll actually do it because we got a lot to cover today. But it strengthens your bones and your teeth. Yay, we all want that. It improves your brain function. So this is all about releasing weight. It improves your brain function. You actually will sleep better. You will fall asleep faster, deeper, and better. That's huge, because if you want to heal your body or you want to release weight and, have leptin and all that good stuff, it has to do with sleeping. And most people, that was my Achilles heel, was sleeping, getting to learn how to sleep better. So that's a big one. And here is another huge one. It improves your gut health and your mood. So we want to be having a healthier gut, because a healthier gut is a healthier, do you know that 86% of your immune system is in your gut? So that's why the gut is so important. And of course, it improves your mood. Okay. And let's get right to how to set sustainable goals. We all want to release our weight, or we wouldn't be on the call. You wouldn't have taken this time out to be with me. Okay. How to sustain your goals. Your ultimate goal may be to lose. I want you to put in there what it is. Okay. But I'm just going to pretend and say, maybe it's 50 pounds. Maybe it's 10 pounds. Maybe it's, for Susan, it's to maybe firm up, to tighten up a bit, So it depends, right? We all have different, but put the number in there that, yes, that's me. So my ultimate goal is to lose blank pounds. But if you're bent on achieving that right away, you may be setting yourself up for failure. You know, like people will say to me, oh God, I got on the scale, Cathi. I was only down 2 pounds. So what? At the end of 12 months, that's 24 pounds. I'll take that, you know? So it's never too little. It's always about feeling happier and healthier. So a sustainable goal should be things like eating 5 fruits and vegetables each day. So yeah, I want to release my blank pounds, my 50 pounds, but really what I'm going to focus on today is eating 5 fruits and my favorite vegetables. Okay. So fruits, to be honest with you, 2 to 3 is tops. Okay. That's enough because it can be too much for your glycemic index if you go over that. But I would say, you know, 2 to 3 fruits, tons of veggies, tons. Or it could be staying hydrated. Make sure that when you go in the car, you always have a jug, right? You know, like this guy, I take with me everywhere. You know, like I don't leave the house. It's just like automatic. I've got my license in my purse and I've got my water jug, right? So it could be to be hydrated. Or drinking a glass of water before each meal. Do you know that they've done studies? All they had the people do differently was to have 1 glass of water before their meal. Now, if you have our digestive enzymes on top of that, or the apple cider vinegar and the berberine, wow. Okay, will you see fabulous results if you did that one thing? Okay, Simone is on the call. Simone has lost over 100 pounds. Am I correct, Simone?
To dry out finally. We're seeing mostly cloudy skies.
Oh, I see her fingers, but you can nod or go like that. Oh, 200 pounds. Okay. You know, what are you on, Simone, that you know, has helped you? Because you're over 70, right? So,
as you see right now, we'll clear out of the way. Partly cloudy skies as we head through this evening. It will cloud over tonight and overnight, and that's what we'll see tomorrow. But the start of the weekend, not too bad at all. Those details coming up.
Good end of the week. The start of the week.
Exactly.
can everybody see what she's chatting?
Somebody has
Because I
got their
couldn't see it.
TV on.
Yeah,
But
we're
I
getting
know it's
feedback.
over 200 pounds. And she is, I think, 72.
Fire the blocks.
And 73. Okay. Okay. Thank you. We'll soon be doing charades. Sounds like. But I mean, and I know she's on everything. Okay, I can tell you she's on the spirulina, the berberine, the apple cider vinegar, you know, because it helps us. And the more we can help our metabolism, the better. So, you know, that's kind of a big one. Okay, so I want you to find sustainable goals, whether it's to have a glass of water or whether it's to get on the berberine, get on the spirulina will really help you. And I have one other thing today, brand new, that I'm going to tell you about that you will release, like I'm not exaggerating, probably 5 pounds doing what I'm going to tell you. Okay, so you want sustainable goals. And if you want to set a natural weight loss goal, make sure that it's no more than 3 pounds a month. Okay, that is your goal. Let's say 3 pounds a month. I know this sounds low, but 3 pounds per month is sustainable. And in 1 year, that's 36 pounds. So I don't want you to think Simone did that in a year. She's been with me for like about 10 years, okay? So it is sustainable though. And, you know, she doesn't have to work out like a nut. She doesn't have to do any of those things, but she keeps the weight off. And she's been through highs, she's been through lows. And that, people, is freedom from dieting. That is a healthy mind and a healthy body. So don't set yourself up for you know, being, oh God, I didn't lose 10 pounds this month. I'm a failure. That'll get you back into the fridge. Okay. So we want to be happy and healthy, and we want to keep the weight off. Okay. So number 2 is don't restrict. Is that what number 2 is?
Yes, yes.
Anybody want to nod for me?
Yeah.
Thank you, Heidi. Okay. Don't restrict your favorite foods. Now, this shocks a lot of people, and I'm going to make a caveat here. Okay. So I'm going to say, don't restrict your favorite foods. Okay. If you tend to crave or reach for certain foods, you might be tempted to stop eating these foods completely to remove the temptation. But now just hear me out. This can be counteractive for some people. For some people, research shows that this approach may be counteractive. For me personally, when I was releasing my weight, I could have cookies around. I could have chips around. I was married to an obese guy. We would have pies in the house. I did my tap, tap, tapping, which I'm going to share with you. I listened to my self-hypnosis tapes. Okay. I was fine. But if there was chocolate in the house, I was like a hound. Okay. I was like a dog with a bone. I would even tell him to hide it. And then all week I would look for it. I'd find it in the oven. I'd eat it and then have to put more chocolate back because it was so crazy. Okay. I could not have chocolate in the house. Brenda has been honest with me and said peanut butter was her fiend, right, Brenda? Okay. So I did that too at one time. Peanut butter was like, okay, just give me a line of cocaine and I'm with you, Brenda. Okay. Not sure what it is, but chocolate. Okay. So there's somebody who's lost 200 pounds and she can have some chocolate now. Oh yeah. And by the way, her chocolate is delicious. Okay. But she can have a chunk of chocolate now and let it go. But maybe there were times that she couldn't have it in the house, or she would, now I can have chocolate as before, forget it. So that's what I'm saying to you. If there is certain foods that just are your Achilles heel, just for a month to 3 months, get them out. Just get them out, okay? And have other things you like, but you can eat them and not mainline them, okay? So that's what I would say to you. Brenda, just forget the peanut butter because it's not working for her right now. Okay, maybe she could have cashew butter, or maybe she could have just, peanuts and not hoover them. So that's what I would say to you. If there is something else that, hey, this is a nice alternative, and I'm not going to blow my whole day of, how good I did. Okay. But for these other people, if they feel deprived, this is the second paragraph. If you find you're susceptible to food cravings, depriving yourself of certain foods might make you crave them more. So there is that personality. I don't know if anybody on the call feels like that, but those kind of people, it's like the more they can't have it, the more they want it. Okay. So rather than eliminating the foods, try eating them regularly, but in moderation, but not on an empty stomach. Okay. Like if it's in the afternoon at 2 o'clock and you start eating your chocolate or your peanut butter or your chips, you're setting yourself up for failure, right? So have it, let's say, after a good meal, you're satisfied, and I'm just going to make love to this piece of chocolate and I'm going to let it go and enjoy it. That's fine. That's healthy. That's a natural slim person. But if you're going to do this at, 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock when your stomach's empty, it's setting yourself up for failure. So if you can eat it regularly, but in moderation, yay. Okay. This might help reduce your urge to snack on these foods. Okay, let's get right down to the foods. So, number one, have filling snacks available. So what am I talking about there? I'm talking about eating more MUFAs, MUFAS. I did a whole call around this. For those of you who have been with me for years, it was about a year and a half ago, I did a whole call on MUFAs. We're going to be talking more about them in the next 4 weeks, okay? But MUFAs are more satisfying. It stands, Bev, for monounsaturated fatty acids. Okay. And our body actually needs these. Okay. So they are things like olive oil. Do you know they've proven it, but it has to be a good olive oil. It has to be extra virgin, and it should be in a container that is either brown or green. Okay. Because olive oil, if it gets to the sun, forget it. All the properties are gone. I did a whole call on how they say over 80% of the olive oils that are on the market today, and this is according to Dr. Oz, I mean, he's pretty conservative, over 80% of them are already kaput. They're already dead. And they are they've actually filled the bottles with like this much olive oil and then, whatever. It's amazing. So make sure you get it from a reputable company that has a bottle that's usually brown or green. Olive oil is excellent. Almonds are great for weight loss. Cashews, believe it or not, are full of MUFAs. Pecans are excellent. Macadamia, canola, avocados are excellent, excellent. Some nut butters, olives themselves are great, and so are peanuts. So, but don't go overboard on them, because what you have to do is you've got to replace your saturated and trans fats with MUFAs. Okay. So 1 a day is excellent because they are high in calories. Any fat, I don't care what it is higher in calories. But the doctor who did all the studies on extra virgin olive oil actually proved that when you have vegetables sauteed in a little bit of olive oil, you'll actually assimilate over 86% of the nutrients from that than if you ate the vegetables without it. So, it's pretty amazing. Okay. And MUFAs are important for our feeling of satisfaction. It raises your good cholesterol, the HDL cholesterol, and it lowers the bad cholesterol. So that is excellent to know. Also, something you should be doing is eating long chain molecule foods. And I've been talking about long chain molecule foods that expand and make you feel fuller longer. And I call them little appetizers, and I have them usually before my meal. So I'm more satisfied. Okay. And for those of you who sign up for the next series, I'm going to send you, as soon as you sign up, a recipe that is so easy to make that will really help you. I call it my favorite appy. Okay. So that you're more satisfied throughout the week. Long chain molecule foods expand and make you feel fuller longer. And that's what we all want. Proteins. Proteins are important. I do not believe in keto or paleo or high protein diets. Okay. In fact, there was studies done that proved it was very hard on the heart. And they had studies where people were actually, any weight they lost, they put it right back on. Okay, so I'm not about that. I want you to understand that, okay? Any of you who have been with me for a time period, you know that. But you do need some kind of protein. If there's anybody who's vegetarian on the call, just let me know, because I'll be sending to you the best vegetarian proteins, okay? I don't eat a lot of protein. I don't need to, because I have the long chain molecule foods. I've got my MUFAs. And of course, I've got my spirulina and all the rest. But your best proteins are eggs, fish, meat, yogurt, and cottage cheese. So eggs, fish, meat, yogurt, cottage cheese. Those are your best 4 proteins. I don't see any questions in the chat, so I think I'm fine. Okay, the next to focus on is fiber-rich glycemic index foods. So these are fiber-rich. Do you know that they say only 5% of the population in Canada eat enough fiber? Isn't that a shame? Because if you're not eating enough fiber, that's a recipe for cancer. It's a recipe for impossible to release weight, high cholesterol. Fiber is the broom, okay? It's the broom, and it expands and makes you feel fuller. So it helps your appetite, your cholesterol, diabetes. There's almost nothing it doesn't help. And of course, weight loss. And if we reduce the inflammation, then we are actually helping our gut health. So fiber-rich foods like beans, okay? Beans are your friend. Do you know they did a study? And in this study, they had people have at least 1 serving of legumes or chickpeas every day. And the other group ate also in the room everything that everybody else was eating, but they did not have the legumes or the chickpeas. The group that was eating the legumes and the chickpeas, they lost 25% more weight than those who did not eat them. They were in the same study. Everything was the same. So beans are your friends, okay? Quinoa is the highest protein grain you can eat. Whole grains, legumes, popcorn even, okay? So this plan that I teach is not, no, you got to eat protein the rest of your life, and don't you ever let a carb go by your lips, okay? You won't last on it, you won't stay on it, and it's not good for your health. Okay, I'm here to tell you, I released 186 pounds. I've had it off for over 35 years, and I know that what I teach works. It's a lifestyle. But I'm going to show you guys how to change this, because once you change this, you'll change your whole life. So we're going to replace our trans fats and unsaturated fats with the MUFAs. We're going to eat more of the low glycemic foods. Okay, and we're going to also, number 3, which is probably one of the most important, is identify your triggers. And anybody who can put in the chat what their trigger is, I would really be interested. And what do I mean by triggers? Well, identifying your triggers in your life is what causes you to eat, okay, when you're not hungry. And it's the key to breaking your habit, okay? Like I one time had a job where I had to drive all around, go to North Van, West Van, okay? And I lived in sort of like it was Falls Creek area. So I knew my little area, okay? But I didn't know Richmond. I didn't know North Van, okay? So I would find that before I was training estheticians, by the way, at that time, everything's old, comes back again. And I was training them on beauty. And I worked for a really high class German company that had creams. So I knew what was good about some creams and not good about others. And before I would go out for my, if I had to travel to some area I didn't know, I would notice I was starting to go to food. Oh, I just need a little bit more. Oh, I just need another rice cake. Oh, I just need another, you know what I'm saying? Okay. And I noticed one day, oh my God, this is how I think I'm calming down. right? So that's what I'm saying to you. Is there anybody here stressed? But try to pinpoint the stress, okay? It could be when the kids call. It could be when, I don't know, okay? Could be, you know, whatever. I'm just giving you guys an example of certain, and it's always stress, right? But it's how you react to that certain stress. But the reason I ask is we can do tapping around that, okay? Like we're going to be doing some tapping at the end of the call. And it's actually been proven that some people, before they start a weight loss program, unconsciously, they're so stressed about it, they don't do it past a day and they're off it again. So it is interesting. Stress is the #1 killer, but what can we do to reduce that stress? Okay. And that's one thing, is to kind of notice when your trigger is happening, whether it's when you get bad news, whether maybe it could be the time of the day. Okay. Nighttime, a lot of people will start munching. Some people, it's the middle of the afternoon. So I'm just saying to you, boredom is a big one, Brenda. Okay. I'm going to be doing a call on boredom. If you don't love me by the end of this series, something is wrong with you. Because guess what? What you just said there, I'm actually doing a call all around it. We're not only going to be tapping, but you're going to get practical things to help you during the boredom. Good for you, girl. Because most people don't even, not good that you do that, by the way, Brenda, but good that you clicked onto that. Because most people are so unconscious. And the more you're unconscious, the more you go to the muffins, or you go to the pretzels, or you go to the whatever. Okay. We never go to broccoli. Okay. You know, so what we want to learn is, what is our Achilles heel? What is our trigger? And what do we have now? You are going to have a bag of tricks, Brenda and Heidi and Bev and Susan and Saman, to go to. And Denise, I didn't forget about your girl, even though I can't see your pretty little face. You're going to have a bag of tricks to go to take that away. Because I still go through boredom times. I still go through stress times. I still have to drive areas that I don't know that well, but I don't have to munch. And that's what I'm saying to you. That, people, is freedom. Freedom from dieting. By the way, you can use the techniques I'm going to teach you in this series on anything. I've used it for my career. I've used it for weight loss. I've used it in my relationships with people. Okay. So yeah, you can use these techniques on anything. Okay. #5 is really a fun one. But it's true. Okay. Oh, sorry. I almost forgot #4. Do activities you enjoy. It's important to find activities you look forward to doing and make you happy. Then you'll stick with them and they'll become just natural habits. It's as important appointment that you can't miss. Okay, like let's say you had to go to the doctor's office or the dentist or whatever, you would put it in your calendar, right? I even have a little sticky pad where the night before I write down everything I have to do. I know you guys are writers too, okay? You know, and then you check them off as you do it. If you had that dentist appointment or that whatever, okay, so you have to have exercise. And by the way, I want you to realize that losing weight is 80% this and the food you eat. It's 80% how you feel about yourself, the stress going on in your life, and the food you eat. And 20% is exercise. But why is exercise important? It makes you feel happier. It helps your bowel movements. It helps strengthen your bones, okay, and your muscles. It helps your balance. So what are some of them that I would suggest? And I bet many of you do. Walking. Strength training is the most important one. So walking, strength training, biking, maybe you have a stationary bike in your house, swimming, yoga, etc. Those are just some of them. And if there's any things that you guys do, I'd love to hear them. Okay. Eat off these colored plates and you will eat less. Yes, I have in my house, I didn't bring it down here, but I have in my house and I eat off it every day, is a blue plate. So here's your best colors: blue, gray, black, believe it or not, brown, and purple. So blue, gray, yeah, you got that. Did you get it at Walmart, by the way? It's the same one I've got. Okay, you can put in where you got it, because that might help some people. I got mine at Walmart, cheap as anything, and I hate Walmart, by the way. Like, I mean it. I'm in, if I go, I can't even remember the last time I went in there. That's just me. I don't like grocery stores that don't have real tellers. Okay, I like real people. I don't like machines taking people's jobs away from them. Call me crazy, but I don't. So I just do not, you know, I don't give them my buck. So, but I did get a blue plate there. So here's your best colors real quick: blue, gray, black, brown, and purple. They're actually considered appetite suppressants, those particular colors. The blue is considered the most effective, but any of those colors will do it. Like when you go into a restaurant, what do they put your food on? White, right? Yeah, they know what they're doing, because white actually emphasizes your food and makes you want to eat more. It looks pretty, okay? And it actually, colors affect the appetite. Isn't that interesting? So we're going to be talking about that more in this upcoming series. So, so science suggests that eating on a dark blue plate can help you control your portion size. So that's good to know. The next big one, this is something I do every single day. Oh, she got it at the dollar store. Wow. Okay, so that beats mine. Mine was cheap, but I'll tell you, Simone has a PhD in really good shopping. So go to your local dollar store. Next, this I do daily. I do this daily. And what is it? Ginger and garlic can help you lose weight. Research shows that ginger is an anti-inflammatory. By the way, ginger is not only for weight loss, arthritis, people have migraine headaches, colds, it's anti-cancerous. And on top of that, I also use garlic. Garlic lowers cholesterol. It fights cancer. It is amazing what garlic can do. And by the way, it even affects your mood. Yeah, that's interesting, because that's what we're going to be talking about in this 4-week series too, how to be happier. Because I always say, when you're happy, your head's not in the fridge. You know, it's like, you know, Simone was saying, or Brenda, when you're bored, when you're stressed, you go to food, right? Like people who are drinkers, they'll go to booze, or smokers go to a cigarette, and it's not working anymore. So a study found that people who consumed ginger stayed fuller longer. Ginger also had a significant effect on body weight and belly fat, and especially, by the way, the waist to hip ratio. That is the most unhealthiest belly fat. And it also helps stabilize your blood sugar. So I remember when Bev came here and visited me, because things I take for granted, you know what I mean? Because I've been doing them for so long. But she actually asked me, like, how big of a ginger do you get? And how big of a pot is your pot? I showed her everything. So this is, see how big this ginger is? It's a good sized puppy, right? So I just peel that, just a potato peel. Then this is the pot I use. So it's one of these big, huge mothers. Okay. So we got the big soup pot, and then we got the big ginger. I fill it up with water. And then what I do is you bring it to a boil. As soon as it comes to the boil, turn it right down to, just one, or just so it's simmering, maybe two, depends on your stove, right? I let that simmer for about 25, 30 minutes. Then I just take my thing and I get rid of all the ginger. And I've got 2 big containers that will last me about 10 days. And then what I do is I have 2 containers like this, okay? Because then the air doesn't get at it. And I take the garlic. Do any of you watch? I know Susan and Brenda and I can't remember everybody's name. I'm so sorry. Denise, you guys were on the call where I did Food Your Miracle Medicine. And I even sent that out as a gift to some of you. Please watch that, because what I proved, they did studies, and when people took garlic and they mashed it, like you take it and you take your knife and go down like that, then cut it up and chop it. And do not throw that garlic in the frying pan. Wait about 5 minutes, because the property that's in it, that compound, gets united then, okay? Same with onions, by the way, you just have to wait about 5 minutes. So what I do is I make garlic and I fill 2 of these and put them in the fridge. And then in the morning, I just take a cup of my ginger. It's already done. I don't have to think about it. And I throw it in my little pot. And you can throw your garlic in too, but sometimes I just keep it at the end, throw it in. And then I have my turmerics, okay? The not normal turmerics. Do you know there's herbs that are actually toxic, and normal turmerics, if you're just buying the herb, it's actually toxic. Okay. And so I sell the fermented turmerics. Okay. It's pure, it's fermented. I'll take a tablespoon of that, throw it in. I am good to go. I've got my ginger, I've got my garlic, I've got my fermented and turmerics. Okay. I got everything. So my belly is so happy. And I do that first thing in the morning. It's like, and then I'll have my coffee, my tea, because I'm a tea drinker and I'm a coffee drinker. So I'm equal opportunity. But I'll have one coffee and I'll have a couple of teas throughout the day, and I'm a happy camper. But that's how big I use the garlic. So sorry, ginger. Okay. But it was just Bev had asked me that, and I thought, God, that's a great question, because I usually just say, oh, it's a big pot like this. So I wanted to tell you guys, I'm going to be telling you about another drink, okay, in the series that costs pennies to make. This costs maybe, I don't know, 20 cents, if that. Okay. And this one is even less expensive, and it flushes fat out of the system. Clinically proven. Okay. So everything I teach you guys, I also do. So what's next? The last, and this is the most important one out of all of them, is to be kind to yourself and do not give up. Okay. Be kind to yourself and do not give up. So, Saman has been with me for years. She's had good times. She's lost her husband. She's had bad times, but she hasn't given up on herself. Other people come and go. They come in, then they go, but you deserve this for yourself. You deserve to be loving to yourself, and you deserve to be good to yourself. We all have our trials and tribulations. There's nobody on this call that couldn't tell me a story that wouldn't make my eyes tear. There isn't a one of you. Okay. We all go through ups. We go through downs. But when we love ourselves and we're more giving to ourselves, we aren't going to food. We aren't hurting ourselves. And that's what I would say to you guys. You deserve it. And despite your best intentions and plans to be on a healthy diet, you're going to be bound to have slip-ups. I don't care who you are, okay? You will have slip-ups. But instead of telling yourself that you're a failure, and geez, you did it again, I knew you'd blow it, whatever you say to yourself, forgive yourself and pick yourself up again. Don't wait for weeks or months before getting back on track. Just start fresh. Why do you think I called my weight loss program Fresh Start? Because every meal was a fresh start. I blew lunch. I'm going to be better at supper. I'm going to be more loving to myself. I'm going to make sure that I'm just better to myself. And the more that you're loving to yourself, the more you'll release weight. Okay. So what is number 8? Number 8 is my favorite one. I do this every single day. Not a day goes by I don't do it. And I'm going to teach you guys how to do it, and you're going to choose to do it too. Why? Because it lifts your mood, it makes you happy, and it works. What am I talking about? Try tapping. Tapping. It's called the emotional freedom technique. This is a scientific technique that has been proven to work. A lot of people call it EFT, and that's what I normally call it, EFT, emotional freedom technique. So why am I so high on EFT? Why do I even, every week that you guys are with me on this series, we're going to be doing EFT. Not only are we going to be doing it, for those of you who sign up today, I'm going to be sending it to you. So I want you to be doing it throughout the week. Oh, does that mean it's a big deal? And I'm going to have to do this an hour a day, Kathy? Oh, that's the best news. It takes 5 to 10 minutes to do, tops. So a lot of people like to do it twice a day. You know what I mean? They'll do it in the morning first thing, and then they'll do it maybe in the afternoon. Okay, so EFT, why it's so effective is that it aligns your subconscious mind with your goals by addressing your emotions, your patterns, and your beliefs. And that can lead to weight loss. So read that line again. It aligns your subconscious mind with your goals. Is there one person on this call who doesn't want to release weight? Is there even one? No. Okay, there isn't. But there are 12 or 14 other people that wanted to do it, but something other than Kathy, other than Gay, which they had called me up ahead of time and said they couldn't make it, you know, but they are wanting it, but subconsciously there's something that's stopping them. It could be, I don't know, okay? But guess what? Weight has to do with fear, and it has to do with fear usually, and power and control and protection. I was 326 pounds. This is moi, okay? And if you don't think I consciously wanted to lose my weight, you are crazy. Of course I did. But subconsciously, I would start the diet and I'd be off it within a day or two. I knew every calorie in the book. I knew it all. It's a this is what feeds you. And there is some fear there. There is something that's stopping you from being your ideal body weight. So what EFT does, it aligns your goals with your conscious patterns. That's when you make a change. Okay. So it's one of the tools you're going to have in your bag of tricks. It reduces stress hormones. Okay. So stress hormones cause cortisol. Cortisol causes belly fat. It's what causes all disease. So it reduces stress hormones in your body, and it releases emotional memories and beliefs and heals. And, you know, I had a pretty good childhood. I did. Yeah, my dad was an alcoholic, but I can't say we got beat up. I can't say you know what I'm saying? It was just like normal families. But guess what? The subconscious hears everything. So one day, a kid at school could have said, Fatty Kathy, could have said, Ellie Belly, okay, could have said, Brenda Menda, okay, whatever. And you go, and you don't remember that. You know what I'm saying? You don't remember when that kid teased you or that teacher said you weren't good enough, but the subconscious mind, which is a computer, believed it. It brought it in, and you will use food to protect you, or like Simone was saying, during stress times, or Brenda during boredom times. Okay, we all have them. Why do some people go gambling or whatever? It's an old belief that got back there. So it's fun, it's easy, and it works. So how many would like to do some EFT right now? Anybody? Okay, okay, yay, okay. Let's do it. I'm going to quickly tell you how to do it, but you're just going to follow me, okay? So, and I want you to say the statements out loud, okay, to yourself. You say them out loud. And what we start with is, this is called the karate chop, and this is, you're doing the setup statement. And every week that we do this, we're going to have a different setup statement. Some are going to be on boredom, some are going to be on snacking, some are going to be on overeating. One, my favorite one, is loving your body. One is going to be on I'm too fat, I'm too fat, I'm too fat. Okay. And so you do the setup statement, and you're just going to repeat after me. Okay. Then after that, we're going to do the meridian points. So these are actual meridian points that have been proven scientifically to be the meridian points on your face. So you're just going to do the statements. And this one here is where your two bones come together. And I usually do this, okay, like sort of like you're saying, if you're asking for a drink, and you'd say 3 fingers, my father used to always say, but I just go like that right here. And then this one's right here where your bra is. It's called the bra one. And then this is the top one. It's right on the top of the head. And you'll even notice, I remember one EFT master said to me, it's sort of where the Jewish people put their little hat, you know? Yeah, exactly, Simone. So right there, okay? And you don't have to hurt yourself. This is very light, okay? So we're gonna do the setup statement first. Everybody just repeat this with me. We're just gonna put that on our hand, okay? And now the first one I decided to do was, a lot of people won't sign up or won't do the program because they have unconscious, this is all unconscious, okay? I know some of you are going to be listening to this and going, oh, I don't have a problem with that. But they've proven, everyone that I teach you, like every week when we do one, it's been proven scientifically, unconsciously, a lot of people, before they start a weight releasing program, they go, oh my God, I won't be able to do this. I want to do it, but I've messed up so many times. I have tried and tried and tried, but I've always messed up. What makes this one any different? You know what I'm saying? Okay. So they become very obsessed about it. So if I have to be obsessed about something, I'm not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'll do it for a certain amount of time and then I'm off it. So this one I decided to do all around being stressed out about food or obsessed about food. So just play with me here, okay? And let's do them. Everybody have a nice drink first.
Water.
So I'm taking full responsibility for my own well-being. And even though I get stressed about food. Okay, are you guys saying this? You have to say it out loud. Okay, so even though I get stressed about food, I get stressed about whether I'm going to lose this weight this time. And even though I get stressed and obsessed and wonder if I can really do it this time, I deeply and completely love and approve of myself. I get obsessed about food. I get so friggin' stressed. Get obsessed about food. Get stressed about food. Stressed about not eating good enough. Stressed about eating too much. I'm worried I won't be able to do it this time.
Worried I won't be able to do it this time.
Worried I won't be able to do it. I've tried before. I couldn't do it then.
Couldn't do it then.
I'm obsessed about food.
Food,
Always snacking.
always
Got a
snack.
snack.
Got a snack.
I eat when I'm bored.
Eat when I'm
So obsessed about food.
so obsessed about food.
I worry about what I eat.
Worry about what I eat.
I have a need to worry.
I have a need to worry.
Gotta worry.
Got to worry. Worry.
And that just causes stress.
That just causes stress.
The worry makes it harder for me to eat healthy.
Worry makes it harder to eat healthy. Mhm.
I don't need to live with worry.
I don't need to live with worry. Just God.
Worry doesn't help me.
Worry doesn't help.
It doesn't help me.
I'm going to release the worry.
And to release the worry.
I can make good choices.
You can make good choices.
I care about me.
Care about.
I can eat without worry.
Eat without worry.
But part of me says, I can't let go of this worry. I tried before.
Right before.
This worry follows me. Part of me says, no way.
Way.
I gotta freak out. But that makes it harder for me to digest my food.
That makes it hard for me to digest my food.
I'm not going to do this.
I'm not going to
This
do
doesn't work. I'm not going to worry. I choose to love myself.
Choose to love myself.
I choose to care for myself.
Choose to care for myself.
I choose to buy my favorite veggies and fruit.
Choose to buy favorite veggies and fruit.
I choose to love myself.
I choose to love myself.
I choose to be mindful when I eat.
I
Choose to be mindful when I eat.
I choose to have a big glass of water before I eat.
I choose to have a glass of water.
Right.
I choose to love myself to slimness.
I choose to love myself. Yes.
I choose to eat healthy,
I choose
be
I choose to
happy,
be healthy,
and love myself.
and love myself.
love myself.
I choose to just make healthy eating natural.
Make healthy eating natural.
I choose to tap myself to slimness and be around others who will support me in body, mind, and spirit.
Spirit.
Take a deep breath, lather and repeat. Okay. So that's what I would say to you. Tap yourself to health and happiness. And it is amazing the changes you will find. It is one of the easiest ways to align your conscious mind with your subconscious mind. And it works. It's been clinically proven to reduce stress. You'll find you're happier after tapping, and you'll find you're just more knowing. You're just more confident. And that, people, is freedom. That is freedom. So we're going to do the tapping each and every week. We're going to hit on snacking. We're going to hit on boredom eating. We're going to hit on I'm too fat. We're going to hit on loving our body. Okay. I'm going to hit on all the ones because people, I had this sweatshirt. I know what you may be going through. Okay. There's one other thing I wanted to stress to you that is, to me, the most important thing to help you. Okay. Anything I teach you, I do too. So I want you to know that. Okay. This is not just, it sounds good. You know, I hope they like it. I do it. I know it works. And it takes 5 to 10 minutes a day. It actually, I wouldn't not do this. And here's the last thing I'm going to tell you that is so important. Okay. The last thing is all around support. Support is everything. How do you think somebody like Saman released over 200 pounds? It wasn't luck. She's in her 70s. She doesn't, go to the gym. She doesn't have a personal trainer, but she's had support from me. And that, people, is everything as far as I'm concerned. Studies have shown that attending online support groups gives people a strong social network. These calls aren't just fun. They actually, like Cathi couldn't make the call today. Gay couldn't make the call. They're listening to the recording. They're filling it in. You know what I'm saying? Because it changes their attitude. That they feel more confident and knowing. So support groups work. And it gives people, it just helps people lose weight and keep it off. Now, this is according to the Mayo Clinic. Groups, this is what the Mayo Clinic said. Groups that meet regularly to discuss ideas, because this isn't just a one-time call and yeah, I'm going to tap, I got it all, I'm going to get my plate, I'm going to make my ginger. Every week we go deeper, okay? And that, people, is how you change something. So Mayo Clinic said groups that meet regularly and discuss ideas and learn from others, it increases their success. It's easier then to stay on a weight loss plan when you're feeling supported. I mean, it just makes sense. One study of participants lost an average, this is huge, you guys, of 20% of their body weight in 2 years. Okay. I mean, Saman has even overdone that, but this is just one study they did. But here's the kicker, you guys, they kept the weight off 5 years later. So you're going to go through ups, you're going to go through downs, but you keep it off. Okay. And that, people, is freedom. The other group who had the best intentions, they wanted to lose the weight, they didn't have the support, and they lost no weight on their own. So I know support works. And that's why I have the new series. I don't do this just for myself. I do it because I know it works. Here's one other thing I know will help you. Okay. Here's this one. There's 2 things in particular. So this is something that is brand new, but boy, is it needed. Especially, I find, after Christmas. And it is a new 7-day cleanse. It is 7 days. It is very gentle. And I use the word gentle like capital G. And you don't have to be by the toilet, and you can do this, okay? But it's a cleansing system that leaves you feeling healthier and lighter with no harsh or disruptive effects. So that's why I was saying you don't have to be on this and have the toilet right there beside you, okay? It's designed, by the way, you eat throughout it, but it's designed to be used regularly and repeatedly, because every month I would suggest you do this mini 7-day cleanse. And it's all herbal, but what it does is it detoxifies you and it helps your elimination system. while supporting your body. So it's a herbal detox, and it looks like this, just so you can see. Okay. And in the box is 2 different cleanses. One is for the colon, okay, and the other one is to actually help the appetite. So it's very different than a normal cleanse that you just do that's for the colon. So it's a whole body system, and it's designed to use 2 capsules in the morning and then 2 capsules at night. And the herbs actually activate your natural cleansing. And with it, you will get a guide, a nutritional guide, but you're eating all throughout it. Like there's some cleanses that you're not supposed to eat. You can only have, you know, apple cider vinegar or whatever, but you won't feel sad. This cleanse, you're going to eat all the way throughout it. And there are certain foods I'm going to tell you about that will help your cleanse even more so. But it's the 2 bottles. You take 2 capsules AM, have it with your ginger drink and your garlic, and then have 2 capsules, say before dinner. Okay. And it's 7 days. And so people ask, this is the biggest question I get asked, will I lose weight while cleansing? Like, is this just for my gut? Yes, it's for your gut, but yes, there are 2 levels of weight loss that add up to significant change. I've had people do the cleanse and release anywhere from 3 to 5 pounds. Now, the 5 pounds, he was a really big guy, but most people release about 2 to 3 pounds just doing this cleanse, eating like they naturally eat, healthy. And what you will notice is that it helps your bowels. It'll help water retention. Drink as much water with it as possible, because that's the more waste is removed. Okay. So that's the first level. That's the 2 that you take in the morning. Drink as much water with these 2 as you can, and your ginger drink. The second level is for fat loss. So once the body releases the toxins, which is what happens in the morning, then it gets to the fat. And the second level is fat loss. Within a week, the metabolism is going to be corrected, because all of us over the month of December and just years of not eating and cleansing, you have toxins. So the benefits will be it eliminates toxins, it reduces pain. Any of you with arthritis, inflammation, anything like that, that's what it will do, is it'll reduce the pain, because that's inflammation. It normalizes your weight, it regulates your bowels, it helps you with energy in the daytime, and in the nighttime, it actually will help your sleep, because as you release toxins, you sleep better. So I have it on sale for the next 24 hours. And so it's going to be $35 normally. And it is $29.99, so $30. Okay, that's it for all natural, all herbal, and you will not be in the toilet all day long. Okay, so I'm telling you that it's not like one of those ones that you take and you almost, you know, can't help yourself. So all you do is you enter the code CLEANSE, CLEANSE, at the checkout. And oh, by the way, when you go and look at it online, if you go on my website, it's under new, because this is less than a month old. So it's under new. Just go under new and put in the cleanse, the word cleanse at the checkout. And Cathi, if you're listening to this, and I know you are, because you called me up and said you couldn't make the call, give me a shout if you can't, you know, if it's not working on your computer. Okay. Okay. So that is the first thing that I know will help you. Here's the next thing that I would love to see each and every one of you do this for yourself, because I can tell you it will help you. And what is it? It's what the Mayo Clinic says is the #1 way to reduce weight. It's my new support 4-week series. Okay. So next week, I'm going to be telling you about one food. This one food, I guarantee you, will flush fat, it will lower your blood pressure, and it will help you sleep better. This one food that I'm going to tell you about gets rid of heartburn, gets rid of belly fat, and it sheds fat. You're going to eat it all throughout your day, okay? I'm also going to be sharing with you a very simple formula for fast and sustainable weight loss, okay? I'm going to be telling you about 3 different herbs that you are probably have right now on top of your stove, if you put your herbs there, that are actually causing your weight gain. They are toxic and they're causing your weight gain. I'm going to show you how to prevent that. And I'm going to tell you about 3 other herbs that will help your belly fat. So these are 3 herbs that I know you're now using that are toxic. Okay. So you're going to get the one food. This one food you're going to eat all throughout the day. You're going to eat it when you're snacking. You're going to eat it when you're bored. You're going to eat it when you're watching the boob tube, and you will flush more belly fat. You will sleep better, and it'll lower your blood pressure. I'm not exaggerating. Okay. So that's week 2. And oh, by the way, tap, tap, tap. We're going to be tapping on brand new things. Okay. So every week, and by the way, you're going to be sent that like on its own, so you can continue on. Okay. Doing it throughout the week, because that's really important. Week 3 is probably my favorite week. Why? Because I love talking about the power of the mind. You are going to, this is how I wrote this out. So next week, it's right away. It's next Thursday. Then I wait 2 weeks because I want you to keep on this food and the recipes. By the way, I'm going to give you a couple of easy, simple recipes, brand new, that will help your appetite. But this week, how many times have you tried to lose weight and gained it all back? Well, it's most likely because your thoughts and your belief, not your diet, is holding you back. We talked about it. Like Brenda said, when she's bored, and Simone said when she's stressed. So what we want to do is we want to reduce that. And excess weight is a reflection of your mental and your emotional state. And each one of you know that. You've gone through times where you can look back at old pictures and, yep, that's when I got the divorce. Yep, that's when so-and-so died. Yep, that's when I went through blah, 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 right? You can look back and see the pictures, and the other pictures where you were slender, you can say, yep, that's when I was happier. So what I'm going to teach you is how we are going to align the subconscious with the conscious mind. Okay, so the number one reason people fail to lose weight is they neglect to make changes in their subconscious mind. Do you remember I was telling you guys the number one reason why people have a weight problem is food is protection. Weight is protection. It's ridiculous. You, in your mind, you go, why the hell do I do that to myself? But you do. Okay, so week 3 is all going to be around the power of the mind. We're going to be doing it through EFT. So that will help align your subconscious mind with your goals. It reduces stress hormones in your body. It breaks old habits. You're going to be happier, healthier. It's fun and it's easier. Okay, that's one of the things we're going to be doing that week. I mean, we're going to be tapping to slimness. Okay, I'm not kidding. That call is going to be tapping like you have never tapped before. The next one, this I'm really excited about. I'm going to be telling you about a drink that costs pennies to make. This drink will help you burn fat, and it curbs cravings, and it actually helps your appetite. So I gave you the one today about the ginger. This one blows it out of the ocean. Okay, this one is just amazing, and it costs pennies. Then I'm going to be talking about what Brenda and Simone was talking about, the 5 ways to deal with the trigger foods or the trigger times so that you can still enjoy them, but you have control over them rather than them controlling you. Okay. And last and far from least, because I remember I asked the last series and I had Susan put up her hand and Brenda put up her hand and Cathi Kites, and I believe it was Gay. I said to them, how many people here would be interested if I did a whole week around heart disease? And it was just like, Bev was like, okay. So this week is going to be dedicated to that. Week 4 is all around heart disease and blood clots. Do you realize that right now you have blood clots in your body? Some have more, some have less. And this is the #1 cause of heart attacks and strokes. And like I said, most people don't even know they have them. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you how to diminish the blood clots. Okay, I'm going to be showing you 10 foods that fight blood clots, foods that encourage blood clots, and last and far from least, an easy chair exercise. People, this exercise, you can do it while you're sitting. Okay, and what it does is reduce the blood clots. So we're going to be learning how to reduce the blood clots, and the #1 ingredient. If I am going to have pizza, or if I am going to have blah, 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 or a dessert, I make sure that this one ingredient I add to that fatty meal. Okay, why? Because it burns off the fat. So it helps prevent blood clot. One ingredient, and this ingredient will help you with your belly fat. And it also, because there's times you have a pizza or you have, I don't know, fish and chips or whatever. And Simone, that's her favorite. So Simone, when you have those fish and chips, okay, I'm just going to ask you to add this one ingredient to your meal. Okay. And also you're going to be getting a private one-on-one consultation with me, because Denise has a different reason why she has a weight problem than Heidi. Heidi has a different one than Simone than Bev. Okay, so I like to do a one-on-one because it really does help people and it makes them feel really supported. So next week is going to be a really fun week because you're going to learn about that one food that flushes fat, lowers blood pressure, and you will sleep like a baby. Okay, so it's on sale, the 4-week series. It is normally $197, and I've done it for just $84.95. Okay, so you're saving over $100. Pretty darn good. Okay. Nice. And my calls, you can tell they go anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half. Anybody who's taken my calls, Bev, Heidi, Brenda, Susan, they come back because they know it works. They know I give my all. I don't just, you know what I mean? Try my best. I do my best. And I work on these calls so that you're in that hour and a half, you're probably getting 2.5 hours from somebody else. I just jump right in. Okay, so I would welcome each and every one of you to give this gift of health to yourself and to do this for yourself. You're going to learn new techniques. You're going to learn how to release the old subconscious beliefs and all new information on food, cravings, snacking, binge eating, whatever your Achilles heel is, and triggers. Okay, so all you do is put at the checkout new, because it's brand new information. Okay, so and you'll learn about the 2 drinks. Okay, so I want to thank you guys for showing up. And it's going to be next Thursday at 12 o'clock. Take care. Lots of love. Bye for now.
Okay.